Comprehensive user interface for EnergyPlus. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to trace floor plans. So we'll import a drawing, we'll resize it to scale, we'll set an elevation for the floor and add a floor, and we can change the drawing mode, and we'll draw some spaces. Changing drawing mode means we'll change from drawing space boundaries and drawing divisions between different material types. So we have our toolbar loaded here. This is the EP3 toolbar. And I will go up and say import, and I'm going to import a floor plan. So you can also import DXF or AutoCAD files, but sometimes I like to work from image files because they're much simpler. You don't have a whole lot of extraneous information that you often have with an AutoCAD file. So I'm going to import the floor plan. And in SketchUp, when you import an image, you just scale it by moving the mouse. And this is not particularly exact. So what I want to do is now rescale this image. Let's say I know that this length from here, this corner to here to here is 17.5 meters. So EP3 has a built-in scale tool. It's this button right here. And it works by, it will scale anything based off of a line that's drawn. So I'm going to draw a line that corresponds with the length that I know, and I just will draw it right on top of the drawing, and it will select it so you can see it. But this is the length that I know. Doesn't matter what length it is right now. And now I'll select the drawing and that line, and then hit the scale tool, and it's going to ask me to give it a length for that line. So it's 17.5 meters. And then it will rescale the drawing and erase the line for you. So now I just have this drawing without any lines over it. So this drawing shows a floor plan for a simple house plus some garden and patio space. I'm going to just move this so that the origin of the model is roughly at the corner of the interior space. Now I will hit this button here, which is the view building dialog. So this is where I manage everything about floors, zoning, roofs, that sort of thing. So right now I don't have any actual EP3 building geometry. So I'm going to hit this plus floor button, and I will just call it floor 0. This is going to give me a starting floor area, so it just gives me a face to work with. And you can also enter a floor elevation. So for the moment, I'll leave it at 0, but if you wanted to have a floor, move a floor up or down, you can do this right here. You can also do it later with the move tool. So I'll hit OK, and this gives us this face to work with. If we look at the outliner, you can see we have a building geometry group, and inside the group we have floor 0. So to draw spaces, I need to click all the way into floor 0. And then I'm going to use that shortcut key V to have some see-through visibility. So now I'm just going to trace over my image here. And I'll just draw a couple of spaces here. Some of these I'm going to leave together. So this is a kitchen and a dining area, so that will stay together. And this is an office, so that will be separate. And I often just start with rectangles. So zone the two spaces or 2 bedroom spaces together. And then here I'll draw a line. All of these yellow lines, and you may notice that the dialog is updating here. All of these yellow lines indicate space boundaries. So I can also use line tool here and here. So now I have this big leftover space, and I'm just going to erase these lines. There we go. So we have some default numbering of our spaces. One way that we can quickly name our spaces is by selecting them. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I will do 2 different bedrooms. So I can select the 2 bedrooms, and then I right click, And there's this option right here that says rename spaces. So I can call it bedroom, and I won't give it a space type at the moment. But now we have our two spaces that got renamed to bedroom. And we had a third one that we missed. Bedroom. You can also rename spaces here. So I can say living and corridor. Okay. Now, let's say we want to change the material of half of this floor. Materials constructions in EP3 are set simply by changing the SketchUp material. When you create a new model, you have some default materials that are created. And if we look at list view, you'll see that they're assigned attic floor construction, door construction, etc., etc. So let's say that half of this bedroom is an exposed floor construction. If when this button is highlighted in yellow, it's in draw spaces mode. So you'll notice that when I unclick that the line style changes a little bit. So that's to help to let you know that you're in a different mode. So now if I hit the line tool and I draw across here, I can change the material here, but I still have the same spaces. So that concludes our tutorial on tracing floor plans.